I'm here with Joanne Pope, owner of a Frame or Two in Ocean Isle Beach, and I'm really excited to show our viewers what you have here because I think this place is great to have and it's very special. And I don't know if our viewers realize how lucky we are to have you and this shop in Brunswick County. So, well, thank you for letting us come out here and see all of the work that you've already done. And I know you do a lot more than what's out. But first, can you tell our viewers just a little bit about the history, how this business got started and why you decided to become a certified picture framer?
Well, when I was starting with the photography years ago, I wanted to go into some juried shows, and it kind of didn't work. But I like the idea of having good choices of frames and mats, and I worked in a little shop up in the mountains up near Boone, and they taught me the rudimentary things of the framing, and he had a photo lab there, so I kind of evolved into that. One of the things that made the difference in my life was when him and his wife told me to go to the trade show for the Professional Picture Framers Association, which gives us the designation of the CPF title, Certified Picture Framer.
Okay. Now, like we said, the certified picture framer, that's something that you have to go and you have to learn and you have to, you said it was equivalent to about 2 years of a program at another education or some other kind of subject. So this is something that a lot of people didn't know probably before, that this is something that you are a professional, you know exactly what you're doing, and they can feel comfortable bringing valuable things here to you to frame.
Oh, yeah,
now, you obviously do framing like we've mentioned, and you can frame lots of different things, and we're going to show our viewers how you do that and how you choose all the different things. But besides that, you also have some art that people can buy from this store. So can you tell us a little bit about what else you offer?
Well, there's a variety of things that I have here. Some of there's original art. I only have a few. This is one. I have a few that are framed by some of the local artists, some local photography, things like that. A lot of these things up on the wall are things that I have done with using different framing techniques, so people can see different things, 3 mats, 4 mats. There's a little thing called fillets, different presentations like that. So there are a compilation of prints and original art and photographs here.
I'm glad people will be able to realize that that's here, because I don't know if they realize that this has that too. Now, do you mind showing our viewers just how you would decide on the colors or the type of frame or anything with a certain picture?
Sure.
Okay, let's go do that.
Okay.
All right, Joanne, we're in front of your presentation board, and this is where you do most of your work. Can you tell us a little bit, just walk us through the process of how you would decide on the colors and the type of frame for this particular piece of art?
Okay, well, I ask the customer some questions. What do they have in the environment? Do they know where it's going to hang? What have they ever had framed before? Are they going to want to match the style of what it is? And then in a piece like this, which I'll explain in a minute, this is very special, so I have to find out the origin of the art, if it's original, if it's a poster, if it's something that's $5, or if it's something one-of-a-kind artwork from a very well-known Native American artist. And this is a very pricey piece that cannot be duplicated because it's original. So we ask those leading questions and get them into talking about that. I ask what their carpets are, what their flooring is, where's it going to hang in their house, bathroom, bedroom, is it a second home? You ask questions because that gives you information as to what their tastes are. If they've had something framed before, they go, yes, everything in my house is black, or frames, or all my frames are wooden, or something like that. So then we kind of know that I'm not going to pull out a red frame because that's way out of their element.
Right.
So we try and design things that match their personal color tastes, their personal color choices, and then walk them into what needs to be done in terms of the preservation elements of something like this, such as original art.
Okay. Right? Very neat.
So in this one, the artist signed it right on the very bottom, so we cannot cover that up with a mat board. So this would be a certain process where the mat would get, the artwork would actually get put on top of the mat.
Oh, okay.
This is really stiff here. Now this board that I'm using is 100% cotton rag. It has no paper in it, so it's completely archival in terms of mat choice use.
Okay.
Right? And so we would put this on here like this. It gets mounted in a certain way where, again, there's no hinges or tapes or anything like that. So I pulled out a couple of matte samples that would match things in here. This is where the colors come in, because you could do this. There's about 12 colors in here.
Right,
so you could,
very colorful piece.
You could do lots of different colors in here. But let's say they say, well, I have a beachy home. This is Native American, but I'm going to incorporate that. So I would say, well, how about this color in here? Yeah, I like that color.
Mm-hmm.
So I would pull out something like this, for instance. So this isn't even on here, but give you an idea here. So we might use something like that. Here, I just pulled out a couple other colors. So this might go right on top of a little bit of a. So the turquoise one would have just a little bit, or they could switch them around,
Okay.
depending on what they
Right.
like better. I got to move this one down. So there would be just a little bit on here. That gives you the idea of having just a little bit of that turquoise there.
Mm-hmm.
There's lots of different ways to do these. So we have I like to use the neutral colors on top, or more of a neutral color, because we don't want anything this strong being the mat board. It competes with the artwork.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't want anything that strong. These are just
Okay.
enhancing colors.
Right.
So you can take something like this that is a little more subtle. It's kind of
okay.
pulling up and we could have it like that.
I like that. So
And we
people
can switch
can
these
use,
all around.
Okay, so people can incorporate lots of different colors and pull in and have more than
Yes.
just one color in the frame.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, uh-huh.
Very neat. Now, what's the typical turnaround time? Like, how quickly can someone get a piece back?
Well, depending on the molding, most of the times I can get them back within 8 to 12 days, something like
Okay.
that. There's just a couple of companies that take a little bit longer because of the nature of their molding, but
Right.
most of them are right around there.
Okay.
This one would be completely enclosed, would be completely protected. It would be completely sealed. It would have a moisture barrier built in the back side of it. It would be made to not ever have to take it apart again. But if it would come out exactly like this, with
Okay.
absolutely no changes to the original.
No
artwork.
damage done at all?
No. Mhm.
Okay. Now, how would you decide a frame after you pick the colors for the mat?
Well, this again has to do with a lot of the customer's choices, because there's probably 10 or 15 different ones that work just fine. So I again, with the information that I have gathered from them, I kind of decide what's going to, maybe I'll pick 3. I pick 3 usually, and then put them up here. Like the top mat is going to go like that.
Mm-hmm.
So now these are 4 inches, so they don't have to have 4 inches, but they're
Okay.
just the way the samples are made. They can, if they want. They can have up to 20 inches if they want. It just kind of depends. But I went, so this is very earthy. This has got a lot of the theme of the artwork itself.
Right.
So I put it up there, and they would stand here and they would go, oh, yeah, I like that, or oh, I don't like that, or something. They
Right.
will be vocal at this point. Right. So I say, well, let's try another one. This is a little earthy again. This is a little darker. It's got a red wash on the edges to match the red wash in here, because we didn't pick any mats with the red in it.
Right.
Right. Again, it's very, very earthy, very basic, and it doesn't compete with the artwork. Right. So they go, or, well, okay. All right, well, we have another one here. This is very different. Now, this one I would use a little bit more matte work, because this is a bigger frame.
Okay.
So this has got some coppery elements to it. One thing that's hard for people sometimes to visualize is what it looks like all the way around.
Right.
So this is where I show them stuff that I've done in here that would be similar to what they're picking out.
Okay.
And then we put it in the program and tell them how much it is and make adjustments as necessary.
Right. Excellent. Well, this is great. I'm glad our viewers can see in detail how this all works. Now, can you give our viewers just your contact information if they're looking to do something simple or to do something priceless like this piece here? Where are you located, and your website and telephone number?
Okay. Well, I'm at 6810 Beach Drive. That's Route 179 right in Ocean Isle. And I'm at a shopping center called Sands Plaza, about halfway between the 2 traffic lights. Okay. And my website is just like my name, www.aframeor2.com. My phone number is, of course, 910-575-7567.
Okay, great. Well, thank you so much for showing
Well,
our
thank
viewers
you.
all this stuff and just everything that you have in your store, and we appreciate what you do. So thank you very much.
Thank you for coming.